Hi there and welcome to Yarn Over with Arthritis. I'm Rachel and thanks for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, please consider to like, share and subscribe. Today I'm going to show you how to make this bucket hat. It's very easy to make. It's just a double crochet granny square stitch and a single crochet for the brim. Very easy to make. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook and double knit or 8 ply yarn, and I've got a small amount of the red, gold and green and a ball of the black yarn. So let's get started on how to make this hat. So with my black yarn I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to start off with a magic circle. So chain 4, and then we're going to slip stitch into the first chain to make the magic circle, and then we're going to chain 3, and this chain 3 is going to count as 1 double crochet, and into the middle of our circle we're going to make 11 more double crochets. Now this size hat would fit a medium to large adult. And then we're going to slip stitch into this first double crochet to close the circle. Our next round we're going to slip stitch into this first gap here, and that just moves our yarn to the middle, and we're going to chain 3, and this will count as 1 double crochet, and we'll make another 2 double crochets into the same gap. And then in between each double crochet we're going to make another 3 double crochets, and we'll do this right round the circle. and we'll continue making the 3 double crochets in between each gap until we get back to the start. Now I'm back at the start. I'm going to slip stitch into this first double crochet I made, and that closes the circle. Our next round I'm going to slip stitch into the next gap, and that will just move my yarn over, and I'm going to chain 2, and in this gap here I'm going to make another 2 double crochets. And then the next gap we're going to make 4 double crochets, because we're going to start increasing around the circle. So 4 double crochets. And in our next gap we're going to make 3 double crochets. In our next gap we're going to make another 4 double crochets. So we're going to do 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3 until we get back to the start. So our next gap is 3 double crochets. And we're going to continue that until we get back to the start. So I'm back to the start, and I'm going to slip stitch into this first double crochet to close the circle. Our next round I'm going to slip stitch into this gap here, and that will just put my yarn back to the middle, and then chain 2, and that will count as 1 double crochet, and I'll do another 2 double crochets into this gap. Now our next gap, we've got 3 double crochets there. Our next gap will work 3 double crochets. And then we've got our 4 double crochets we did in the previous round. So in between the 4 double crochets, we're going to make another 3 double crochets, and this will increase the circle. And then in the next gap is 3 double crochets. And then we've come to our 4 double crochets. Oh no, we haven't, we've got 3 double crochets. So in our next gap is 3 double crochets. It's only the increasing on the 4 double crochets. So now we've got another 4 double crochets. So in between that 4 double crochets, we'll work 3 double crochets. So we're going to repeat that with the rest around the circle, and the big gaps here will be 3 double crochets, and then when you come to the 4 double crochets in between it, make 3 double crochets. So our next round we're going to slip stitch into the middle of this gap and chain 2, and we're going to work another 2 double crochets into this gap. Our next gap we're going to work 4 double crochets. We're going to do another increasing round. Our next gap will be 3 double crochets. And we're going to repeat that until we get back to the start. So our next one will be 4 double crochets, then 3 double crochets, then 4 double crochets right around the hat. So I finished that round there and slip stitch into the first double crochet. So now I'm going to slip stitch into this gap to move my yarn and chain 2, and I'm going to make another 2 double crochets into this gap. Our next gap we're going to work 3 double crochets. And then we've come to our 4 double crochets, so work 3 double crochets into the middle of that cluster. Our next gap will be 3 double crochets. And then our next gap will be 3 double crochets. And then we've come to our 4 double crochets, so work 3 double crochets into the middle of the cluster, and we're going to keep repeating that till we get back to the start. So whenever you come to the 4 double crochets, work 3 double crochets into the middle. So now my hat measures 7 inches across, so I don't need to do any more increasing rows on the hat. So now we're going to our next 2 rounds. We're going to slip stitch into the middle to move the yarn and chain 2, and I'm going to work 2 rounds of 3 double crochets into each gap. So we'll do 2 double crochets in this gap, and then next gap and every other gap will be 3 double crochets, and we want to do 2 rounds. So I'll continue working on that and come back to you after the 2 rounds. Now I've done my 2 rounds there, it's starting to curl in. I'm going to fasten off the black, and we're going to join on the red colour. So So fasten off the black, and you can fasten on the red colour any gap you like around the hat. And we're going to chain 2, and this will count as 1 double crochet, and we'll work 2 double crochets into the same gap. And we're going to work 3 double crochets into every gap, and we're going to work 2 rounds of red. So I'm going to carry on working 2 rounds of red, and I'll come back to you. Now I've done my 2 rounds of red, I'm going to fasten off, and I'm going to join the yellow. So you can join the yellow in any gap around the hat. And we're going to chain 2. And we're just going to do the same as the red colour, work 2 rounds of yellow. So 2 double crochets into this gap. And then every gap 3 double crochets. And we're going to continue to working 2 rounds of yellow, and I'll come back to you. Now I've finished the 2 rounds of yellow, I'm going to fasten off the yellow, and we're going to join on the green and do exactly the same. So we'll join on the green and chain 2. And then we're going to work 2 double crochets into this same gap, and then just like the red and the yellow, we'll do 3 double crochets into each gap and 2 rounds. So I'll keep working on those 2 rounds and I'll come back to you. Now I'm finished the green, I'm going to fasten off the green and join the black yarn back on. and I'm going to do 1 round of black, and then we're going to start the band. So chain 2 and then work another 2 double crochets into this gap, and just like the previous round, 3 double crochets into each gap. So we just want this 1 round of black. So I'm going to carry on with the black and I'll come back to you. Now we're going to start the brim of the hat. So I'm going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet into every stitch. So I'm going to continue to single crochet into every stitch right around the hat, and then I'll slip stitch into the first single crochet I did. Now we're going to do an increasing row, so chain 1 and single crochet 5 stitches. And then we're going to increase into the next stitch, which is 2 single crochets into the same stitch, and then we're going to repeat that, so single crochet 5 and increase into the next stitch. And then increase into the next stitch, and we're going to repeat that till we get back to the start and slip stitch into the first single crochet. So single crochet 5 and increase into the next stitch. Our next round we're going to chain 1 and single crochet into every stitch. So there's no increasing on this row, it's just single crochet into every stitch. And I'll continue to do that and come back to you when I'm finished. Our next round we're going to do another increasing round, so chain 1 and single crochet 5 stitches. And then increase into the next stitch, which is 2 single crochets into that one stitch, and then repeat till you get back to the start. Single crochet 5, increase into the next. Our last round for the hat, we'll chain 1 and we'll single crochet into every stitch, and when you have come back to the start, slip stitch into the first single crochet and fasten off. And I've finished the bucket hat. I've tidied up all the loose yarn so you can't see them, and that's the finished result. So that was pretty easy to make, and I hope you found it easy to follow. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and join me next time. Thank you.